What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I made a TikTok about this earlier, so I know this might be a little bit of overlap for you. That's going to happen on this channel a lot because I know a lot of you guys are coming over from TikTok. That being said, okay, there are some people that are seeing this on YouTube for the first time or seeing me for the first time. So what's your X response to? Okay. I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. I don't like videos that ramble, which I'm doing right now, but I just want to explain some things. And I want to just get straight to the point so that you guys can get to the success you're looking for. Now, what does success actually look like? Well, a lot of you guys think that's getting your ex back. Well, sometimes it is. Some of you guys are mature. Some of you guys actually know how to handle criticisms and know how to, you guys know how to be adults. And there are some people that don't. And they think that their ex is their purpose and their mission and their entire life. So that being said, I just want to crush a couple of those. So by the way, if you want coaching or anything like that, it's in the description box below. So they respond to, your ex responds to certain things. So this, I have to explain this, especially on coaching calls all the time. I said, the truth is the truth, meaning there are things about women and there are things about men that are true. Men like peace, for example. Women like confidence, right? We've all heard this. There you go. So a lot of people will look for advice and they'll look for clarity for something they cannot control. So when you are looking for help and you want to make an impact on, let's say, your ex's feelings for you, there are certain things that are going to work and there are certain things that are not going to work. Okay. I'm going to explain what those things are in the videos coming up and in this video, but I want you guys to really sit and think about what that means and not be emotional towards that, towards what that actually means. So, and understanding this is why some people get back with their exes and some people don't. Let me actually make myself a little bit bigger here. That's why some people get back with their exes and some people don't. Okay. Some people will completely ignore what I'll tell them. And they're like, oh, so do no contact, right, Kyle? I'm like, yes, do no contact. Let them come to you. And I'll even give them a timeline because I've seen so many situations, right? And sometimes they're still in contact, maybe because they have a kid or whatever situation that is. And then they just don't listen to me because they get overwhelmed by their emotions, right? And that's why I have this chart of emotions here, right? And we talk about pride, anger, desire, fear. So the two emotions you're going to feel the most are fear and desire. You crave them. You're putting them on a pedestal. You want them, right? And you feel like life is empty without them. So you desire them, you fear they're going to leave you, and you probably have some hopelessness, maybe some despair, right? So what your ex responds to is how you feel about you. I know that sounds so corny. That is corny times 10. However, let me look at the chart of emotions just to really nail this home for you guys. Now, I know it's probably a little small if you guys are looking at this on mobile. I'll try to make it a little bit bigger for you. So if you feel fear because you're afraid of losing your ex, then that is exactly what your ex is going to feel from you. But if you're in a state of courage and neutrality, meaning like you don't care either way because you understand and value your own energy, your ex is going to feel that as well. And let me just put this in a different picture for you. I have a business, a digital marketing agency, and whenever a client, right, say I'm doing a negotiation or say I'm doing something and I'm talking to clients and they decide not to go forward with me, I do not fear that outcome. And that usually comes because I have a lot of customers or whatever, right? You get abundance because of the amount of people you're probably talking to. And this is why you have to circulate and date and get good at dating and understand what the opposite sex is looking for. So, but when you feel that fear, you're going to lose them and you desire them, you crave them, then they're actually going to want to distance themselves from you. So in this business sense, if I said, no, wait, I need your business, they'd be like, ooh, right? Ooh. Why? Because they sense desperation. So what do you have to work on in order to fix this? You have to understand and value your energy. Understand that everything is energy. All this is energy, frequency, vibration. I know it sounds corny, but check this out. Look at what these things say over here on the right. And again, I know it's kind of small. I apologize. I'll read it out to you. Suffering. So everything in the 3D right here is suffering. Okay. And I have put this on my Instagram. So my Instagram will be linked in the description box below. Okay. I have put this on my Instagram so you guys can download this, screenshot it, and keep it. But I have a really big version of this on my wall from Etsy. So if you guys look up themes of consciousness on Etsy, you will see it there, and you guys can order that. It's a 24 by 36. It's huge. Okay. It's like a big poster. Anyway, on the right hand side it says suffering, victim, abuser consciousness, me versus them, separation, duality, and this is ego, stuck in negative emotional patterns, lack of faith in self and higher power. Now let's move right up to the 4D, which is relief, self-empowerment, rational, linear, emotional self, right? Can do, attitude, positive, and productive. Now look at the difference. And what I really want to point out, I know this is kind of late in the video, but I really want to point out the difference between where you as the dumpy is thinking and how you're acting versus how your ex is acting. So look at the word relief. Your ex is in a relief stage right now. Okay. And you are in a suffering stage. Now, I know it hurts. I already know that. So don't even bother saying it in the comments. I know I'm hurt. It hurts. This is hard. I know. But they are in a relief and they're in a self-empowerment. So they're meaning they are taking their power, their energy away from you. And they're saying, you know what? This relationship no longer serves me. I'm not happy anymore. And I'm leaving. So when you understand this, you're like, okay, so how are you going to get your ex back then? Kyle, how do I get my ex back? Okay. It's getting back up to this stage. They are never going to date you and want to get back together with you if you're down here in this 3D. Now, again, that being said, I know there are some of you that are like, look, their individual life is in this 3D. Okay, cool. For the relationship itself as a whole, they are in 4D. They don't need you. Hence, they're in this neutrality, courage, willingness, reason, logic. Okay, they're up there. Now, going up to this is bliss and ecstasy, self-realization, higher self, synchronicities, miracles. Me personally, I bounce between these two quite often. I'm pretty much never down here anymore. And what I'll tell you from firsthand experience is everything just works for you when you're in this top section here. Because I have desired freedom. Remember where desire is, right? Desire isn't always bad. But it's better than feeling shame or hopelessness, right? Because you're like, I wanted freedom so bad, guys, that I was willing to die for it. And when you're willing to die for something, like you literally don't care about anything else except for this, you will get that. When it comes to your ex, that is not how this works because it actually involves the emotions of another person, which is interference with free will. So you have to attract them, right? So I am personally in between these two. I have a couple of struggles in my life that I constantly struggle with. And you just work on it, right? And you can see when you separate yourself from your shitty emotions, you can see how to deal with problems 10 times better when you're up in these higher states of consciousness. This is your goal, and you're not going to get here overnight. It's a muscle. It takes practice. And that's what some of these coaches don't want to tell you. They want to tell you, oh, if you do this weird thing for 60 days, your ex is going to like you again. Now, that being said, after 90 days or so, that's when I see the most activity, just to let you know. But I am just generally speaking, I'm up here all the time. And when I see people operate from up here, life again just works for them. They don't have to try because they're so happy with their own individual life, right? So let me go back to this. They respond to how you feel about yourself. If somebody broke up with me right now, said, hey, Kyle, I don't want to be with you. If my wife said this, right? Obviously, I would be hurt. Guys, it hurts, right? Obviously, I'd be hurt. Yeah, I would take at least probably a month or two to really feel it and cry. Yes, cry. And that's what you have that ability to do that from birth, because you have to purge your emotions somehow. But what most people do is they become identified with their pain and what they go through. But eventually, after probably a few months, I would say, okay, time to dust myself off and get back out there. I would not beg her. I would not chase her. I would not plead, because that person is choosing to leave. So I want you to understand what your ex truly responds to, which is indifference and strength. If they're still unsure about you, they're going to lean back towards you more and more once they feel, okay, I'm going to lose this person if I don't talk to them anymore. That's what no contact is going to help you do. It's not just to make them respond. It's to understand how powerful you are and how much you actually don't need your ex. Okay? And that right there is what your ex responds to. Okay? You want coaching? Let me know. And by the way, I have a TikTok, so you guys can find me. I'll have that linked below.